Hello, can you hear me? Bobbity booby? Oh god, okay, fantastic. Dude, if you have a setup that works, don't ever take it apart. Not for love or money, don't take it apart. Just leave it forever. I don't care if you think you can make it better. I don't care if you need to take it somewhere. Just don't. Okay, I'm gonna grab my coffee really quick. We're juggling a lot of shit over here right now. And then I'll be here. Hello? Okay, I think we're good. I think we're okay. Oh, goodness gracious. Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. We still hear you, thank goodness. The other cool thing is my mouse is like only occasionally clicking on things. And otherwise it freezes and I have to control alt delete. I don't know what happened. You're here, everything's great. Yeah, oh my gosh. I don't even know, dude. I hear the sprinkles. I think that means Nanny's here. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Hi everybody. It's been a few days. Goodness gracious. Reboot? I'm not No. After all this, I'll just deal with it. After all this, I'm dealing with it. It's fine. The clown! Welcome to the cat gang. Thank you very much. You are not in a new space. No. This is my old space. The reason that I had to set up and plug in and do a bunch of shit here is because I took a lot of this stuff to the other house to try and do Super Cousin Time, which for any of you who normally watch Super Cousin Time, you know that didn't work out because I had one up, one down, and sometimes below that. So I couldn't even connect to the game. So I brought all of this stuff over and then had to bring it all back to do the stream today. And I will be taking some of these things, but not all of them. I will be taking some of these things back to the other house to try and do a small stream tonight from there and see if we can get that working. But yeah. So the mouse isn't working right. The microphone wasn't working right. Everything was just sort of borked here. The headphones don't work at all. I have no idea. I give up. I give up. It's fine. But yesterday, camera looks great. It's the one thing I didn't touch, you know? You don't mess with what's working, dude. Yeah, Sam's doing his subathon. It's bedlam down there. I brought everybody food this morning and last night. But yesterday was Easter and it was so fun. It was honestly so much fun. I think I burnt some of myself, but that's okay. You touched Sam's camera and fixed it in 2 minutes. I was like, why is this camera so orange? Every time I came in to visit, I was like, their camera is super orange. Do they know that? So yeah, I fixed it. I've fucked around with cameras enough that I was like, I think I know how to fix this. It was an aesthetic. I guess if grainy and orange is an aesthetic, then yeah, it was something. It's not the lighting in his room. The white balance was super off, and the graininess was because there's no light in there. So it's dark because there's no lights on. So you're getting super grainy, like pixelated camera. And then, Yeah, and then the white balance was completely off, so everything was orange, and I was like, I can't do this. If I'm in the driver's seat, I'm fixing the camera. I thought it was intentional. It might be. Maybe they'll change it all back. Who knows? It's like when I lose something versus someone else losing something. If they need it, I find it in 2 seconds, and if I need it, I become blind. That is true, yeah. Are you gonna record sub alerts for him? I literally had no idea that he was having people do that. I have not been, that has not been requested of me, so. Aldo Gaming, thank you for the raid. I thought the weird color was on purpose. Again, maybe it is. Maybe it was on purpose. Maybe I fixed a thing that wasn't broken. You know? Maybe at the end of the day, they're gonna be like, Brooke touching our shit when we just didn't want it. Who knows what goes on in that beautiful mind. But if they wanted it to look normal, I've fixed it. I haven't, no, I haven't been moving anything while Sam's been doing the subathon. We've just been living our lives at the farm. It's been nice. I helped build a bunch of raised beds for my in-laws. We set up a hammock. We did Easter yesterday. You know, it's just been like slow, lovely country living. Yeah. But no, I have not. Farm stuff. I want to farm. Yeah, it's fun. I made deviled eggs because we had a surplus of eggs from the chickens. So I was like, oh, it's Easter. I have to do something with the eggs, right? So I made deviled eggs because nobody in this family, maybe in this country, I don't know. Deviled eggs don't seem to be like a super big thing here. So I always make deviled eggs because why not? They're delicious. But I was missing vinegar. I didn't have vinegar in the house, dude. And it wasn't until later that I was like, I bet that there's something else you could use. And a lot of stuff was like, just use pickle juice. I certainly have pickles. Didn't have vinegar, but I did have pickles. So I could have used some brine in there. But they still tasted fine. They were good. Yeah, what does that mean on his spinny wheel when it says audit? What does that mean? What does that do? Egg mayo is what we eat here. Well, yeah, like egg and mayo in a sandwich and stuff. That's different though. That's separate. You look at a chat member's past messages. Oh my god. We used to paint eggs and roll them down the hill for Easter. Yeah, that's another thing is, nobody in this family paints eggs. Like dyeing eggs, painting eggs, none of that stuff happens. And I keep being like, should I be the guy who like starts incorporating that into Easter? I didn't grow up celebrating Easter, but I've gotten opportunities to dye eggs a couple of times and it's super fun. So I think your family's broken. Okay, good to know, good to know. It's a them problem, not an England problem. went out of fashion with chocolate Easter eggs. So we have a bunch of kids in the family that are lactose intolerant, like me. So we don't do the, like, you run around looking for actual chocolate eggs. We have reusable little plastic eggs that we hide. And the kids run around and find all of them and put them in their bags. And then they trade in their findings for a chocolate egg. The specific type of chocolate egg that their body is going to be happy to eat, right? There's finally an ad for beard mascara. Nice. We did it. Yeah, well, so in the past, what my mother-in-law has done is a scavenger hunt because their yard was always pretty small. So it would be like, you know, she would give hints about things that were in her yard, and they would go from thing to thing to thing as a group. And then once they got to the end, there was like a bunch of chocolate eggs, right? And then whatever grown-up was with them during the scavenger hunt would hand out eggs to each of the kids. But we were like, we have a farm now, right? So we gotta go ham. We gotta hide them all over the place. So we did. I'm positive that there are a couple that were not found. This entire family was scrounging everywhere, but I'm still like, there's gonna be something, dude. When I was young, we would hunt for actual painted eggs. Yeah, that's super fun. In 5 years, you'll still be finding eggs. I think most of the stuff was found. Most of it, so... we were saying, though, in the future, it should be like, because for whatever reason, a bunch of people showed up with, like, lots of different things that there was an intention to hide. Like, my sister-in-law came with, like, all of these little, like, cardboard carrots as part of, like, a Peter Rabbit thing, and was like, yeah, you just hide the carrots around, and the kids can find carrots as well as eggs. And then my mother-in-law was like, oh, I also brought, like, big foam eggs in case they had trouble finding the small eggs. There are also big foam eggs. And I'm like, okay, but we don't know how many of any of these things there are, right? So I think in the future, it's fine to have, like, a few of each thing, but have, like, a log somewhere that's like, there are 5 carrots, there are, you know, maybe 5 of everything, and who knows, but, like, whatever we did yesterday, it was very fun, but, yeah, I think we're gonna be finding shit in our yard for a while. I just did my strip and shift. I was on there for, what, half an hour? 45 minutes? Something like that? Yeah, I grabbed McDonald's for the boys and got in there, and I was like, Dave, do you want to just, like, chill and eat your food and I'll sit on camera? He was like, oh my god, can you? And I was like, yeah, I can. I know I can talk forever. So so I can sit there, I can sit and eat my food and talk to the camera for a while, and you can just chill and eat. He was like, thank you. He's great. Dave is great. Yeah. I heard Dave visited your new house yesterday and was flirting with Sam's mom. I kept looking around trying to figure out where Dave was. So many people showed up. So we like went and grabbed Dave. That was the day that I had the shift of like 5 kids. So in the morning I had my nephew and my niece over as well as my kid. And then Sam was like, Dave really wants to see the farm. I was like, okay, let's wait until the kiddos are gone. So the kids headed out. I came to grab Dave. And also was having my other niece and nephew come over. So they actually got to the house before we got back with Dave. And then my in-laws showed up and my other sister-in-law. So just everybody was there, right? So it was a busy day. But like, Dave is really good at talking to people. He's lovely. People love Dave for good reason, right? He's just a great dude. So Dave would just vanish. He would just be gone. And I kept being like, I feel like, not that Dave isn't a grown-ass man, but like, I feel like I need to check in on where Dave is. And most of the time he was talking to my mother-in-law. So I texted Sam and I was like, hey, I'll bring Dave back soon. He's chatting up your mom. And he was like, for fuck's sake. He was like, we were just talking about garden beds and stuff because, you know, my mom's been trying to grow a lot of stuff and they're, you know, they've been, you know, and I was like, all right, get in the car. Who wouldn't chat up Sam's mom? That's the other thing. It's like royalty meeting royalty, you know. Dave is lovely. My mother-in-law is lovely. They just naturally gravitated toward each other and just had a fantastic conversation. And Dave went missing for a while. That's just how it is, and that's fine. But I do like imagining that he got back to this house and Sam was like, I hear you were chatting up my mom. I have no idea where my phone is. Whatever. What camera I'm using? People ask this all the time. I really need to figure this out. It's a Sony something. It's a Sony something. It says APS-C on it. Sam bought this camera for me. So I have no idea. I know people in chat have looked it up before and said that it's a very expensive camera. I don't know anything about it though. But it does the job. Especially with natural light coming in. Gorgeous. I keep touching my lip because all in here, like, blistered and cracked. I have no idea why. I don't know what happened. It's like when your lips get really, really dry. When the air starts to get really dry, it's like that, but in like a localized place. It's like only right here. So all in here keeps turning bright red and getting super mad, and the rest of it is fine. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I was in the sun for too long or if it's like a burn. I have no idea. I need to see if we don't have Vaseline in the new house. It must be here. I need to remember to grab it. That dry air, dude. Yeah. And our property, like, enough of it is field that the wind also. I'm not used to as much wind as we're getting. My toddler niece has started saying her lip is spicy if it gets irritated. That's cute. That happens to me when I have an allergic reaction. I don't think I've eaten... The only thing that I'm, like, orally allergic to that I know of is banana. And I haven't had banana in a while because it makes my whole mouth burn, so. England gets weather besides rain. It sure does. It gets obnoxiously hot in this country, actually, for like 2 months out of the year. We're back, by the way. We've come back around. So it was, Clark will only be in this bedroom. She will not be in any other bedroom. She hates all of the other bedrooms. This is the only bedroom for her. And then it was, what if we make this room pretty? Then will you be in it? And she said, sure. And it was extrapolated on later that that she was actually like, well, I meant when I'm a teenager, I'll go in that room. And I was like, what about now? What if you went in there now, if we made it cute enough? Like, what about now? And she was like, this is my room. I love this room. I think she's been in it long enough that she's realizing how small that room is. This closet that she's decided is her bedroom. I think she's starting to realize. So here's my idea, okay? I think, in as secretive a way as possible, I think it would be really fun to redo that entire middle room for her. Get some nice, not necessarily nice, but just like get a big bookshelf in there because she doesn't have room for all of her books and her games and things. Get a big bookshelf in there. Get something in there for her clothes to go in because her clothes don't have anywhere to go right now. And then I think tape out like a rainbow pattern and let her paint it in. Hi, my darling. Thank you. You okay? Didn't she? The main bedroom? Yeah, originally that is what she wanted, but she can't have that. So then her second choice, I guess, was the literal smallest, coldest room in the house. Could this backfire into having 2 rooms? No. If we decorated it as a toy/fun room, and then we're like, wow, what if you slept in here? I think it would be fine. I think if we got that room looking like perfect for her, she would abandon the other room quickly because there are definitely things about that room that are annoying her now. I just had to wait. I just had to bide my time, you know? I hated sleeping in my room. I was too scared. I always slept with my Nana. Currently, because Sam is hibernating, Clark has been sleeping. No, actually, here, I'll be perfectly honest. Here's what my sleep schedule and Clark's sleep schedule has been for the last few days because we've both been exhausted. She goes to bed around 7:30. I also fall asleep in there. I wake up at midnight. This happens every night. I wake up at midnight and I go, fuck. I get up. I live my life for a couple of hours. She wakes up and goes, Mommy, where'd you go? She climbs into my bed. And then I also try to just go back to sleep, but probably sit and read for like an hour. And then I fall back to sleep. So, she's been sleeping most of the night. Well, no, that's not true. I was going to say most of the night by herself, but that's not true because I've been in there until midnight. She sleeps with me until midnight and then sleeps by herself until like 2 a.m. and then sleeps with me again. It's fine. Hi, Brett. How are you, bud? Oh, I need to send you my character sheet. I keep forgetting. Seeing you in chat, I was like, what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting a thing. It's tomorrow, yeah. Yeah, my Wilk character sheet. Mario movie, yay or nay? Yay! Sam and I really enjoyed it. Was it like, did every joke play to Mario fans? Yes. I think if you aren't a child and you go to see it and you have no affinity for like the Mario franchise, you're gonna be like, what the fuck am I watching? But if you like Mario stuff, if you know, I think you'll have fun with it. We both had a lot of fun watching it. You're right, the D&D command does need to be updated. But yeah, we both really liked it. We were gonna see the Dungeons and Dragons movie. But I was like, honestly, I kind of want to see Mario more. I didn't expect that, but I kind of just want to see Mario because the critics hate it and the fans love it. That's what Rotten Tomatoes told us. Is the fans were like, absolutely, this movie is fun and wonderful. And the critics are like, what the fuck am I watching? This is garbage. I have to see it then, you know? You have to see it then. It's the Sonic effect. You have to see it. Yep. You mentioned before Oregon has similar weather to the UK in regards to rain. Does Oregon also get a couple months of obnoxious heat in the summer like the UK does? I gotta be honest with you, I don't know. Because, you know, with like climate change and everything, it didn't always used to be like this in England. It's just in the last few years, in the last like 5 to 7 years, that it's gotten hotter and hotter and hotter every summer. And the summers are getting more and more difficult to deal with. I haven't lived in Oregon in about 13 years, something like that. So I don't know. It might be that way. They definitely are dealing with a lot of fires, just like California does. More fires than they ever did when I was a kid, which means dryness, right? When fires are taking off, it means they're not getting enough rain. So potentially, yeah. Oh, I definitely want to see the Renfield movie. That's the movie that when the trailers came out, I was like, every movie's John Wick now. So many movies are John Wick. Movies that I don't expect at all to be John Wick are John Wick now. I haven't been to a movie theater since pre-COVID, but I'm starting to get the itch. Yeah, it was fun to start going back to the cinema. A lot of people, when we go, a lot of people are still wearing masks and stuff to go. You know, which I think is smart. Octo, what's up, bud? Oh, it feels good to stream. It feels like I haven't streamed in forever. I know I have. It just feels like it's been since what, Thursday? So, had 3 days off there. 3 days off. Not 3 days off from general like life and family commitments, but 3 days off from streaming, you know. A little stream detox. It was good. The whole Easter weekend was really, really fun. And again, I never celebrated Easter growing up, so it was cool to like host a thing, I guess. It's my first time hosting something for the family now that we have the farm. Everybody that comes over keeps being like, you realize that this is where we're gonna do everything now. Like, that's fine. That's fine. Like, we wouldn't have gotten it with a family like this. We wouldn't have gotten it without expecting that, you know? But it did feel good to have everybody come over, and like every single person gave us a hug and was like, this was so fun. This is so relaxing out here, you know? That's great. And hopefully, you know, we can start doing something with the property, and it'll just get better and better. Just make sure you have a way of people knowing if you're busy streaming. Oh, I mean, like, so for anybody who doesn't know what our situation is, so we bought this farm. We're living in the like main house, but there's a side house, like an annex, that my in-laws are gonna live in. Everyone is really good about being like, hey, are you free? Can we come over? Sort of a thing. Or like planning things ahead of time with us. And when they do come by and we don't know about it, it's because it's to hang out with my in-laws, right? So like, it's fine. You know, I don't think anybody expects us to just like be available. They know that both Sam and I work a lot. So we own a farm. Yeah. The whole property is zoned for agriculture. So, yeah. We have like the perfect amount of land for us. It's great. If it's anything like Sweden, the countryside often has straight up fiber. I don't know anywhere that's like Sweden, if I'm going to be totally honest. Every time a Swedish person is like, here's what my internet is like, I barf on the inside. No, we are... It's not that we have no internet. I mean, currently we have no internet because it hasn't been set up yet, but like, we have fast internet options. We're getting basic internet set up over the next week, I believe, so that I can start working from there, because this back and forth shit is annoying. But yeah. Sam's downstairs right now. So this is the old house. When Sam first talked about doing a subathon, he was like, yeah, I'm not really sure like how I want to do it, or how, you know, or what makes the most sense. And I was like, just wait till we're out of the house, right? Like, if you want to turn it into like a weird subathon den, I think the best way to do it is to just wait until we've basically moved. And that way the house is like yours, you know? Sorry, I just heard Dave laughing. But yeah, the only other hiccup, the only other thing that's in the way of me working at the new place is that I'm desperately trying to get my kid to take a different room. So the room that I've talked about using to work out of is the room that I want her bedroom to be in. So, if potentially we can, as like a fun, I know Sam came in while I was explaining, but like, if we tape off, because she wants a rainbow in there, okay? She wants a rainbow in her bedroom. So if we tape off all of the strips for a rainbow, and then give her paint. And we're like, especially if we did the edges and it was almost like a, you know, whatever color the edges are, that's the paint to like fill it in with. I think she would love that. I think she would have so much fun with that. We can get her like her own little paint outfit and stuff. And yeah, I think that would be really fun, and have that be like the last thing that needs to be done in the room. And then, you know, once that's dried, we can just move all of her stuff in there. And if like, if we're putting like a bookshelf in there, we can move all of her books over ahead of time. We can get that butterfly wallpaper that she's obsessed with. I found the cutest unicorn wallpaper, and I was like, this is it. This is the one. I showed it to Sam. Sam was like, that's it. That's the one. We showed it to Clark. She was like, eh. She was like, I want butterflies. I don't want unicorns on the wall. What? Since when? Okay. So she picked out a different wallpaper and was like, this is the one. And it's just got butterflies all over it. She loves it. Okay. The little entomologist inside of her crawled out of her mouth and was like, no unicorns, only bugs. Well, Clark doesn't think unicorns are fantasy animals. And I would like to be clear, I have not encouraged. She loves unicorns. That's great. That's fine. She has lots of little unicorn toys. Sam gets her a unicorn every time he goes out of town. It's very cute. She loves unicorns. I'll encourage that. Sure, whatever you like, that's great. This idea that unicorns are not a fantasy creature is not something that I have straight up like looked her in the eyes and been like, yes, they're real, you know? But she was taken to a spring fair thing last year or 2 years ago, and she rode a pony that was dressed up to look like a unicorn. And so now anytime somebody in her life is like, well, unicorns aren't real, she's like, they are, because I've ridden one, so you're wrong. It's amazing. She's so, like, I love that I have created a child who is so self-confident, right? She trusts herself 100%, is like, you don't know. You weren't there. I rode a fucking unicorn, okay? So I don't care what you believe. That's fine. Maybe you just haven't seen one, but I have. It's amazing. So typically what I say is, I've never seen one, honey, but maybe, you know? Right? It's amazing. You know what's something interesting that that someone said a while ago that I think about a lot is sometimes we think of self-confidence as like always believing like good things about ourselves, or like always being positive about ourselves and our situation and things like that. And they were like, it's good to remember that self-confidence is actually just trusting yourself, right? Trusting how you are perceiving situations, trust how you feel in your own body, like trusting yourself, right? Being confident in your own experience. I think about that all the time as a parent, because sometimes Clark says outlandish shit, but with full confidence. And I'm like, go off. It's amazing. That's great. I love seeing that. You know? Right? And it does make, not to be sad, but it does make you start to be like, man, when did I lose that, you know? Like, what experiences in my life made me second guess so much about my own brain, right? And obviously, like, different people are going to be dealing with different things going on with their own brains, right? But like looking at myself, I'm like, I second guess so much. Just things, simple things, right? Like, how am I feeling right now? I don't know. You know, when I'm having a rough time, it's so hard, isn't it? Once you get to a certain age, you like, there's just so much going on up here that it's really hard to be like, how am I feeling right now? How does my body feel? What emotion am I experiencing? I can't even fucking tell sometimes. Oh, I'm not worried about her getting infected by skepticism. Pretty much every adult does. She's turning 5 this year. So if she wants to look me in the eyes and say, you're wrong, mommy, unicorns are real, she can. Because there's going to be a day when, you know, the world, like, makes it so that she's much more skeptical of things, which is fine and is normal. But I'm fine with her, like, fully believing in the things that she trusts herself on for as long as she can, you know? Yeah. Keep track of that horse. Oh my god. I wonder, man. It probably wasn't the same horse every day. I was going to say, I wonder if I could ask my mother-in-law what the fair was that she went to. And then that would be such a wild... You know those videos that are like... I had a picture taken in 1994... in Bangladesh, and in the background was a man wearing goggles, and I'm gonna see if I can find that man, right? Like those videos. This wouldn't obviously not be that extreme, but it would be fun to be like, all right, I'm gonna go on a weird quest and see if I can figure out where the pony is that was the unicorn that my kid rode on. My sister-in-law came to see the farm. That the day of children, the Children's Day, when there were just kids everywhere. My sister-in-law came with my nephew and niece, and they were doing tie-dye. And Clarky was teaching them how to do tie-dye. It was very cute. And which they turned out amazing, by the way. Clark was like, these are... You know what she said? It was so cute. We washed them after they had left. I'm sorry, I'm getting off track, but like they turned out so good. We washed them and hung them up to dry, and Clark was looking at the one that my nephew made and was like, there is something just so special about this shirt. It was such a cute thing to say. Anyways, so my sister-in-law came over. They're doing tie-dye. It was very cute. And my sister-in-law looks out the window and goes, you guys need to get a horse. I was like, absolutely not. She goes, what? If I had this place, I would get a horse immediately. I was like, dude, I grew up with horses. I ain't fucking with that shit again. I love horses. They're so much goddamn work. I'm not, and there's no way. You couldn't pay me any amount of money if it meant, if I was the one who had to take care of the horse. If I gotta buy the horse, board the horse, take care of the horse, stretch the horse, right? Like all this shit. No. I'm not doing that, right? If Clark wants to hang out with horses in, you know, other situations and eventually gets to a point where she's like, I love horses. I know how to take care of them. I've spent a lot of time with them. I love riding them. Maybe we'll talk about it then, because then she would be the one taking care of it, right? But like, I'm not getting a horse right now. No way. She was like, oh man, you have the perfect amount of space for a horse though. Like, no, it's okay. I'm good, actually. Stretch, like, take the horse out, like, let the horse run around and stretch, not like stretch the horse out. Her mom owns horses, so I think that's why she was like, oh my gosh, you have the perfect amount of space for a horse. I was like, dude, no. I do like donkeys. Donkeys are fun. Sam really wants a pig. You know, there's certain types of animals. We did a test drive with all the dogs. Oh my god. So my mother-in-law has a huge French Mastiff named Mabel, who is a cute butt. She is so cute. I love her. And then 2 little wiener dogs. And the wiener dogs are fully trying to, like, run into traffic. That's all they want in the whole world, is to just run out into the road. And we're like, okay. By day 2, they were fine. By day 2, they were fine. So we had Mabel. We had the 2 little sausage dogs. We had my sister's dog, Rosie. And we had my brother-in-law's dog, Bear. So there were 5 dogs on the property during Easter yesterday. And they all did amazing. They did great. The only thing that happened was Mabel found a rabbit skeleton. And I gave it to the chickens, and they destroyed it. It was like, it had been there for so long that it was like trying to turn into dust, you know? So I gave it to the chickens. Chickens eat bones. So chickens need grit. Basically, they don't have teeth. So everything that they eat goes into, like, just to simplify it, it goes into like a little pocket, and they eat rocks, shells, bits of bone, sure. Just like really little things can go in there to break up the food for them. So yeah, the skull was basically falling to pieces. So they just pecked at it. Yeah, I mean, they're little dinosaurs. They need protein. They eat bugs. They'll eat any type of meat that you give them. They'll eat chicken. It's really good for them to feed them back their eggs. You just want to cook them because you don't want them, like, actively eating their raw eggs. Because we collect those and use them. So you can, literally collect their eggs, cook them up, and feed them back to them. It's really good for them. We dry out and crush up eggshells and feed them back to them. They do it in nature, dude. So fuck it. But yeah, it really fucked me up when I first started working on, the farm that I worked on in college, because that lady, literally any leftover meat she had, she would just give to the chickens almost every time. And I always overthought that. I got very existential about it, like, we're feeding chicken to chickens. Isn't that weird? And she was like, they eat each other in nature. It's fine. I was like, okay. Okay. Yeah, there's lots of animals act weird. Weird, right? Weird to us in nature. Yeah, some animals get very precious about bodies. Sorry, we don't have to keep talking about this. We can about face in a second, but like, we're not the only animal that cares about like corpses, right? We're not the only animal that does like burial type things. Not specifically burial, but like that does some sort of a thing to like acknowledge, you know, a dead member of a family or a group, right? But yeah, there are also plenty of animals that are like, it's dead now. How are the kitties doing? The kitties are doing good. Ooh. Oh, it's a little buggy. Hi, I thought that you were on my microphone, but you were actually just on my screen. Hello. Yeah, the cats are doing good. Sherlock, in a very, you know, the Kermit meme where he's got his little hand up against the rainy window? That's Sherlock. Every time he sees everybody outside having fun, he just sits there like, me? Can I come? Can I come play? He just sits next to the window and just stares out. And if you go to open the door, he tries to run out. It's like, I really need to get them their little catio. Did the farm come with barn cats? No, there's no barn. There is no barn. So we can add a barn if we want. It's considered an agricultural building, so we could put a barn on the property, but build a barn just for the cats. This is just for you. Strippin's back up to 20 hours. When we visited yesterday, he said it had become kind of a goof that the timer kept sitting at 30 hours. And when I got there, it was down to 15. So, yeah, damn. I was trying to, so something that a lot of people will do is they'll find like a Google image of their home, like a top-down view, so that they can, because on Google Maps you can map out like the distance of things. So sometimes people will take top-down pictures of their farm or their property, their backyard, whatever, and use that to sort of plan out where things are going to go. I was trying to get a picture of our property so that I could do that, because I was like, I'm not quite sure. Like, my in-laws have started putting up their raised beds, which is great. I helped build them. It was very fun. But I need to figure out like where I want to start putting stuff, because I want the cardboard and everything to have time to break down before I start planting things and like doing cover crops and stuff like that. So, I don't know if we're just like too rural, if we're just too out there, but I can't get a picture. I can't get a picture of this property. Which part of me is like, that's pretty cool, right? Like, that's pretty great that it's not easy to find this place. But god damn it, I would really love to be able to see what it looks like from the top down. Maybe her property is a government secret. Who is it that... I'm trying to remember. There's one of the guys that got paid $1 million or millions of dollars to be on Mixer. Sam was saying, we'll straight up just like film from his property all the time, because it's so big that no one has any fucking idea where he is. Like, he films on his property all the time. He just goes like off-roading and shit on his property, and he's like, no one knows where I am. It's fine. Literally no one can find me. I know, that was my thought too. I was like, how expensive is a drone? Could I just rent a drone and take a picture? Probably. I could probably do that. Not ninja, no. I know, Nick, yeah. Well, I tell the story a lot of, well, 2 stories. Jesse taking a picture out his window and all you could see was a tree, and someone immediately was like, oh, are you in this apartment building? And he was like, what the fuck? And then the other one is John, Total Biscuit, taking a picture of his pool, and someone was like, weird thing, did you know that all pools have a specific shape and no 2 pools are the same? Anyway, I figured out where your house is. That shit terrifies me. And Sam and I have also, almost every home that we've lived in has been found one way or another. So, you know. Once I complained about transit on Twitter and realized that someone who replied was on the same bus. No. No. I don't like it. They're in the walls. Dude, for real. It's interesting because, like, I remember, was there a... Sorry, you would think that I know more about Yogscast people, but I just don't. Was there a Yogscast person, or is there a Yogscast person with the name Panda? Or, like, Panda something? Forever ago, there was someone in Yogscast that, yes, there is. Okay. Hybrid Panda. They went off on their own. Okay, great. So, this person, Panda, when they were in Yogscast, I remember reading this whole thread because at the time I was also dealing with a lot of, like, privacy problems, right? So I found this thread really fascinating where, Panda, I guess, had filmed himself outside at some point, not at his home, just, like, outside. And there was a whole conversation where a person was like, so I did some digging and I did X, Y, and Z and I did this and I did that and I found this building and I found this street and I figured out exactly where Panda was filming when he was outside. And someone was like, don't do that shit. Why are you doing that? That's such, like, this is the sort of shit that really freaks these people out, right? And the other person was like, but I just did it because I wanted to see if I could. Because I, like, there was something really fun about seeing if I could figure it out. And it does make me wonder, as much as we talk about this sort of stuff, I do hope that it's helpful, because I try to, and I try to talk about this a lot too, but, like, I try to be mindful of the fact that what is and isn't appropriate is not always obvious to people, right? Neurodivergence of all different shapes and forms is a thing, right? And it's not always super obvious what is crossing the line, right? And I want to hope, because a lot of times when confronted with this information, a person will go, I understand now. I didn't know, right? Like, I didn't think about it that way. I didn't realize that this is something I shouldn't have done. I get it now, right? I hope that with everyone talking about it as often as they do, like, this conversation comes up a lot now, right? With streamers, with YouTubers, like, ways to engage with content creators in a way that is, like, appropriate. I hope that talking about that stuff as often as we do now has created a situation where more people that might not immediately know that something is inappropriate now have that information, you know? I hope so. Exactly. I'm the sort of person that wants to believe that generally people don't do things with bad intentions. Do I think that there are people who do things with bad intentions? 100%. But, like, I want to assume that most people aren't trying to be assholes, right? Aren't trying to cross a line, aren't trying to make people uncomfortable. I think that there's a decent amount of time that stuff like that happens where a person wasn't thinking about things from the perspective of, like, the streamer, the YouTuber, whatever, right? Whoever it is that was made uncomfortable. They didn't think about it from that perspective, or they were unable to, right? So yeah, not to repeat myself again, but, like, I do hope that the more we talk about this stuff, the more it's just common knowledge, you know? They were preoccupied with whether they could and didn't stop to think if they should. Yeah, it's that old chestnut, 100%. So I think VTubing is so good. I think a lot of people have started VTubing because it adds this, like, nice amount of anonymity while still being, like, in some ways still, like, just a person, you know? They can still do what I'm doing, but without anyone seeing them, you know? VTubing is amazing. If I ever went back to streaming, I would VTube as Tink. Oh my gosh, you should. That would be so fun. Yeah, I've said before, like, if I could start over, I think I would be a VTuber. I think that would be super fun. I wonder if VTubers deal with less parasocial stuff. I would almost assume it's more. The thing that I worry about with VTubers is that they get dehumanized more. You know, that people sort of don't perceive them as actual people. That's what I would worry about. That's what I wonder about with VTubers, is, like, that people don't offer them the same amount of respect because they're cartoons, you know? Some folks go the extra mile to find them out. Gosh, why? There's a weird subsection of VTuber fans that get annoyed when their favorite VTuber breaks immersion. Yes, I see that all the time. I have quite a few friends that are VTubers that will occasionally just post, like, pictures of themselves at the gym, or, like, even just, like, their hands. They're like whole ass human hands, and people will be like, I don't want to be reminded that you have a flesh body. They were human all along, dude. Anyways, yeah, I think VTubing is super cool for your anonymity. But yeah, I think you potentially, and I'm not a VTuber, so I can't say this with confidence, but from being in chat while my VTuber friends have been doing their thing, you know, sometimes people really go for it with VTubers, and it's like, read the room. This is not that kind of chat. Flesh tubers. Flesh tuber is a term that we use here sometimes. I'm a flesh tuber. Hello. Yeah, and I I have said before, like just now, that I think VTubing would, if I was starting over, I probably would be like, oh, I'll be a VTuber. That's fun. That sounds fun, I enjoy streaming. I'm happy to be on camera. I think that it's really fun. I think my interest in being off camera more often happened more once I became a mom, because I wanted to like provide a bit more privacy to my family and my kid. Since like sort of containing where my camera is to just a wall, there's been less concern about that, but no, that's what I'm saying. I don't like occasionally occasionally I'll be this, occasionally I'll do that. I'll do the PNG thing. I've talked before about eventually getting like a better 2D model made when I have lots of money to blow, which is not now. Because it's nice to have an option when I don't want to be on camera. But for the most part, I'm fine with being on camera. I love your little PNG tuber. Same. He's cute. Sometimes you just want to be Wilk. Yeah. Sometimes you just want to be Wilk. And that's fine too. Yeah. Yeah, we've got, look, let's see. Beat. Wait. How come you're not... Hello? There we go. Yeah, we got this one. We got this guy. We got this guy. This guy. We got Sonic. We got Emo Dooger. We got the boy. We got Valentine's. We got Peppa. I forgot about Peppa. Jesus Christ. And we've got Wilk. So, we're living pretty large when it comes to PNGs, I think. I wasn't prepared for Peppa. No one is. No one ever is. It is called VTube Mini. It's great. It is the most plug and play like software for having a little PNG that moves. It's great. And that way you don't have to connect it to Discord. You don't have to be in Discord. It just picks up from your microphone. It's just a client that's on your computer. It's strange sometimes when I realize how low of a degree of separation you have to some of the big VTubers, but there's no real interaction there. Yeah. Sam's like my 1 degree of separation to a lot of VTubers. And Summer knows a ton of VTubers. But I just don't... for whatever reason, I haven't interacted with them very much. And Sam, because, Sam is like one of my biggest cheerleaders. Sam keeps being like, you would get along so well with all of them. They would love you. You guys should totally hang out. But it's one of those situations where it's like, I'm not going to like force an interaction, I'm not gonna like force a situation where we hang out and interact, you know, because that feels weird. So I'm just like, if at some point we're all doing the same thing, amazing. And if that never happens, then that's fine. More VR chat hangouts. Dude, my boy is done. Mostly done. Moral is almost completely done. Moral is usable now. They have like all the bells and whistles generally. It's just the like flaw stuff, the weird like body horror shit that we're gonna put on there eventually. I basically went to Swishy and was like, can I pay you for what you've done so far? Because you've been working your ass off and you haven't invoiced me yet. So can I pay you for what you've done so far? And we can consider like the next stage of stuff that we need to do to this to be like a separate thing. And that way you're getting paid now. And she was like, okay. So it's usable. It's a usable model. It's all sorted. So that's really fun. I can be a little mushroom kid. Yeah, Swishy's great. So I commissioned her for the new moral model, and she worked so fast and kept just like adding stuff. Would be like, okay, I think that this is done, and then a couple hours later she'd be like, actually I decided to add this. You know, it's very cute. It's not a VTuber model, no. It's a model for VR chat for it's specifically for Neon Divide, which is like a VR LARP that I'm in. I may have seen smaller bits and pieces through the grapevine when it comes to morals, but she did amazing. Yeah, it looks so good. It looks so good. Is there a timeline for Neon Divide coming back? Not currently. Not currently. The last update that we got, HB, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm like in and out of that server, but like the last update that we got was like, we're having to overhaul the entire system. So, the next season will be ready when it's ready. We promise that we're working hard on it. We'll give you guys updates, but like, it's not now, you know, sort of a thing. The call of the VTuber becomes stronger every day. Octo, you'd be an incredible VTuber. Because VTubers, all of the VTubers are just hardcore memers. The things that you could do with a VTuber model, Octo, incredible. As someone who works on staff for ND, we're very much working on a lot of changes to the system as well as the lore. I can confirm they're all working very hard. Yeah. I wanted to do a biblically accurate VTuber and be a ring of eyes and wings, but that's already a thing. If you can believe it, I can believe it, yeah. I love this burnt orange color on Dodger. This, at first I thought that you were goofing about Sam's camera. Have they changed it or did they leave it that way? They left it. That's right. I fixed it. It's green? What do you mean it's green? It was orange and now it's green? It did turn green? I'm out of coffee. Let's take a quick break. We'll run some ads and I'll go try and fix their camera. These boys! Oh, wait, can we do... Hold on. Can we do words on stream? Can we see if it works? Let's see if we can get it working, dude. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Pa pa. Okay, do we have... Okay, we'll turn autopilot on, so it'll just run without me. Fantastic. Okay, be right back. Hello. How'd you guys do? Super good at... No! Okay, I'll just hang while you do this level. Sweet relief. You only had 3 minutes of it. There was only 3 minutes. You're fine. Ooh, there's a... there's a secret letter. What is it? Uh-oh. Is it acting a little weird now? Has it been acting weird? Oh. Oh, one of the letters is fake. Level 16? Holy shit, you guys really went hard. Okay. Yeah, I was just about to say, I think R is fake because every word that I've typed so far with an R in it has not shown up, so. Oh, shit! Here we go! Damn. Well done, guys. Okay. Match ended. You guys crushed that. Well done. And now, if, you know, if we are to believe past experiences, we can never play words on stream on here again. Because if we try to start a new game, it will not work and it won't sync properly. So, that's fine. We always get one. We always get one good game out of it. Marbles on stream? What the fuck is marbles on stream? A marble racing game. What? Marbles on stream? No. I've never seen this before. Wait, Sam's done this before, hasn't he? Jesse does it a lot. I think Sam's done it before. Looking at the screenshots of it. We had words and burned burgers, dude. So I was gone for a while. I don't know if you noticed. Thank goodness we had words on stream. Partly it was because I walked into the kitchen to make myself a coffee, walked back out immediately and said, "The stuff in the oven, how long has it been there?" Because something was certainly burning. poor Dave had left the burgers in the oven for like an hour. So, went really well. There was no smoke. We have fire alarms that work just fine in this house, trust me. There was no smoke, but there was definitely like, ooh, something's been burning in here. So. Who puts burgers in the oven? Well, they needed to heat them up, and everything else is at the other house. So in this house, literally everything goes in the oven. Yeah. Because that's the option that they have. And I have said before, would you like me to bring the air fryer back over? Would you like me to bring the microwave back over here? And Sam goes, no, it's fine. Because he doesn't want to like... He wants us at the house to be fine and have everything that we need, but like I don't use the microwave that often, you know? So I'm like, you can have the microwave, dude. Kelly, how are you? Trust me. Look, if you're someone who has lived in a house where a slightly too steamy bath sets all of the fire alarms off, you know exactly why I gave that look and why I said they definitely work well, trust me. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's gotten very messy now, but I've been actually like styling my hair, which is wild. Yeah, I followed, there is a hair tutorial by, a TikTok creator that I've watched for a long time named, Sunboy Spencer, if any of you follow him. And he was like, a lot of you want to know how I do my cute flippy dippy hair, so here's how I do it. And I was like, my haircut is almost exactly like his. I'm gonna do that. So I've been like sort of figuring out, because if I do it exactly like he does, I look like a weird like 1940s housewife, and it is not what I want. But bits of it, very helpful. Bits of it are really, really helpful. So not the vibe at all, no. My hair's gotten so long and I don't know what to do with it. Well, you were growing it out for Tink vibes, right? Have you reached Tink vibes yet? Or do you need it to be longer? Or do you just want to cut it all off? Are you over it? Oh no, wait. I will never get over my mods just making emotes all the time. Holy shit, this is so good. Wait, this emote's so good. Clark stare. It's from Sam's subathon. Clark got on camera and just went like this for a really long time. Yeah, I think it's super cute. Can you show us mobile peeps? Oh, here's a, it looks like here's a clip of it. Wait. Hold up. I'll show you the clip. One sec. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. This, yes, good. Transform. Reset transformation. Okay, and then, wait. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Whatever I used this window capture for last was a nightmare, apparently. What do you mean? Whatever. Okay, here. This is the important bit right here, okay? Ready? Come on! Come here! Come on! She just sat there doing that. She got so serious at the end. Look at her face. She gets more and more serious. Come on. Oh my goodness. It's very good. So the emote is, for those of you who can't see it, is literally just zoomed in on her face while she's doing this. The clip is in desperate need of color correction. That's why I fixed their camera. That's just what the stream looked like, dude. No. No one's ever told her to do that. No. She just does it sometimes. Does she understand that chat is people? So I've tried to explain it to her, like, she'll watch a video. You know, she watches videos, right? And sometimes she watches videos with other kids in them. And I try to explain, like, the kid who's in the video doesn't know that you're watching, you know? You are one of, like, hundreds, thousands of people who have watched this video, but the people in the video don't know you, right? So that's sort of how I've worked into explaining what chat is like, chat is a bunch of people who are all watching, but we don't necessarily know everybody who is watching, right? It's good for her to know, because before she would call chat our friends, which is cute, but like she would go to do things or say things, and we would have to explain, like, you can't say those things or you can't do those things on camera, because at the end of the day we don't actually know everybody that's there, right? And like, it's a safety issue and stuff. So, you know, there are certain things that we can't talk about. There are certain things that we wouldn't do on camera, right? And like explaining those sorts of things. But it's also one of the reasons that we don't have her on camera super often anymore, is like, you know, so she gets her privacy, and as she gets older and actually understands what's going on here a bit better, she can make her own choices about, like, if she's on camera and what she does on camera and stuff. And obviously we will continue to talk with her about that sort of stuff. But yeah, you know, we've talked with her in more explicit terms as she's gotten older and been able to understand more, you know. Chat, should we play normal Darkest Dungeon? Are they playing Darkest Dungeon down there? When are they playing the Peppa game? Ask him. Ask him. I remember when she was just a baby. I know. Occasionally, like, we'll talk about our friends. I say this because we were literally talking about you the other day, Octo. She'll ask to see, like, pictures of people that we tell stories about and stuff. And so we'll show pictures, like we showed her a picture of you. And she was like, did I meet this person when I was a baby? And we said yes. and like, yeah, she'll ask all kinds of questions like, when do I get to see them again? Can I see them tomorrow? Like, she drew on my socks. She did. And I was like, no, don't let her draw on your socks. And you were like, it's fine. It's very cute. I get worried when parents on the internet let their kids do whatever because they want to. Yeah. I try to talk about internet safety a lot. It's because it's something I think about a lot with Clark. Sam and I talk about it a lot as well. And we're on the same page, obviously. Like, our job, right, is to make sure that she is healthy and safe, right? And part of staying healthy mentally is like not letting her do whatever on the internet, not letting her say whatever on the internet, right? Not putting her in a bunch of content that when she's older she might be like, I really wish that I wasn't in all those videos, I really wish I wasn't on that stream, you know. Being mindful of all of that stuff, because she doesn't know the extent of any of that sort of stuff, you know. Internet and parenting is a pain. My kids are 12, 14, and 16 and grew up with a mother on the internet. They know realistically the dangers of the internet. Yeah. And, you know, it's interesting to think about because obviously if you are doing a job like this, or if your job is sort of chronically online, so to speak, you have a better understanding of like what to watch out for, right? I think we probably ingest a lot of maybe the same sort of content that's like about internet safety, about how kids engage with the internet, and more importantly, how adults attempt to engage with kids on the internet, right? All of that sort of stuff. Like, how do I talk with my kids about this when I am on the internet so much that I know that danger exists, right? How do I approach these conversations? How do those conversations get more nuanced as they get older? Like, all of that sort of shit. It sucks to have to think about that stuff, but like, if it means at the end of the day that your kid can interact with the internet in a safer way and make different choices, then that's good, right? Should just not use the internet wherever possible. Our entire jobs are on the internet, so that's not really it's not really a thing. Also, I think that there's lots of really good stuff that you can get out of the internet. You can utilize the internet as a parent in really fun ways. There's all sorts of stuff that Clark has learned that I have not known, right? Clark straight up came to me and was like, Mommy, I need a balloon, I need a toilet paper roll, and I need little bits of paper because I want to make a confetti popper. And she built a confetti popper because she watched a video where someone made that, right? Like, there's cool stuff that your kids can learn about online. If you are a parent that's struggling to like understand your kid's experience in one way or another, there's so many resources now to be able to better connect with your kids. The internet is great and awful, I guess is my point. Has she done the coffee can rubber band battery experiment? No, I don't even know what that is. You need to visit us because I miss you, but also then you can do the coffee can rubber band battery experiment with my kid. Do you go over logs and look at what websites she's going to? Websites? She's not even 5. She doesn't go to websites. She does not use the internet on her own. She doesn't do anything without an adult around knowing exactly what she's doing. She has no idea how to engage with the internet in that way. So, no, I don't have to. There are specific YouTube channels that I have vetted that she can watch videos from. DIY stuff, science stuff, medicine stuff, things like that. She's learned a lot from those. She does not go on the internet. She doesn't use a browser. She's learning how to read. She wouldn't even know how to type in shit, right? So it's mostly video content, and it's video content that we make sure is age appropriate, and and stuff that we think that she would, get something out of. But yeah, she will get older, and we'll get on our computer at some point and realize that someone has gotten on our computer and typed something weird into Google, and then, and we'll figure that out when we get to it. Oh my God, YouTube Kids. We use YouTube Kids occasionally, just to, find new stuff. But there's all kinds of stuff on there where I'm like, there's a bunch of grown-ups wouldn't find them scary, but kind of scary videos that wind up on YouTube Kids because Ryan from Ryan's World did the video, and they're like, it's for kids. Other than accidentally discovering a hentai of my favorite TV shows, my early internet experience was not bad at all. Dude, I will never forget trying to find Dragon Ball Z stuff on the internet and finding a fanfic that was very horny and being super confused because I didn't know what fanfic was. And I was like, has someone typed out something that happens in an episode and I've just never seen this episode because it's for grown-ups? I'm so confused. I don't know what this is. Yeah, so. That happened to me with Inuyasha. Shout out. Shout out to everybody who stumbled on super horny fanfic of something they were looking into and then went, I didn't mean to go here. Yeah. The other thing that drives me crazy, sorry not to harp on YouTube Kids some more, but the other thing that drives me crazy about YouTube Kids is, number one, you can set a timer on there. They do not make it obvious how to set the timer. I've had 2 different sets of parents be shocked to find out that you can use a timer on it. Yeah, if she is watching it, I always put on a timer. Number 2, they do not make it super easy to block a video or a channel. That's super obnoxious to try and do as well. Sam is streaming from the new one. The new house? No. Sam is in the old house with me right now. He's downstairs talking about something. Oh, new PC. Oh, maybe?
TV was a blessing. I definitely watched stuff on whole ass TV that I was not supposed to be watching, but like, yeah, the breadth of content that is available for your kid to just accidentally stumble onto is so massive now. I also thought it was the new house all this time that Sam is in. No, nope, he's just downstairs. Oddly enough, the room that he's streaming out of is a room that was like a weird catch-all room the entire time that we lived here. Like it was situated in such a weird spot of the house. It's massive. It's a huge room, but we couldn't figure out like what it was for. I think it was supposed to be a dining room, but like it was just weird. Like its placement is just strange. So we kept putting things in there and being like, we don't use this room. So yes, I was a teenage exocolonist after you talked about it months ago. It's so fucking good. I'm only 4 years in, but I'm having so much fun. Yes! I did 3 runs of that game, and I don't think I really even scratched the surface of everything you can do in it. It's so fun. Yeah. Yes. So hopefully, in terms of like streaming and everything, hopefully, we will get the other room looking like a Clarky paradise. Looking like a Clarky paradise for her. And then transfer all of her stuff into that room. And then I will start streaming out of the tiny weird room because I'm fine with being in the tiny weird room. I'm not living out of the tiny weird room, you know. My bed is not going in the tiny weird room, so it's fine. It's a perfect room for me to stream out of. Yeah, it's just, you know, paying for this house and the mortgage on the new house is not small. That's not a small expense. It's been a little rough. But you know, we knew that was going to happen. We knew that was the situation, that we were going to have to keep this house for a couple months to get the other house set up to work out of. But yeah, so we just need to figure out exactly what the plan is, and then get internet working, even if it's like not amazing internet. If it's internet that I can stream with at all, that'll be bella, you know, like so good. How long do you think you'll be to home, Jones? I hope just 1 more month. We plan to put in our 30 days notice on this place end of April. And then hopefully everything will be ready to go by May, end of May. We'll see. Stream Hades if you have bad but streamable internet just for nostalgia. I literally thought about doing that. I was like, you know what? If we have really bad internet for a while, I gotta go back and finish Hades. Kind of weird for streamers to buy a farm. UK rural internet is notoriously bad. We wanted a farm, so we'll figure it out. I mean, if this is our forever home, we'll get it sorted, you know. I hope it's our forever home. I plan to be in this place until I'm a weird old lady instead of a weird middle-aged lady. A friend of mine relocated to a farm home recently and the internet struggle was real. Yeah, I mean, it's not that it isn't set up for internet. It's just not fiber, you know. And so if both Sam and I are going to be working out of there, which we are, then we have to get that sorted. We have to figure it out. So we're getting a basic internet line like activated, installed, whatever. It's already there. It just needs, you know, they just have to come out and set it up for us for whatever reason. And then I will stream from that, and if it's fine, but if the upload isn't good enough for both of us, then we'll probably just have 2 basic lines there. We'll just do two basic lines, and we'll each use one, and great. Then you just gotta make sure they don't throttle you. Ah, the dream. I'm spoiled with fiber. Yeah, you know, our internet in Los Angeles was amazing. Not as amazing as those of you in Sweden before. Some of you were like, oh yeah, what were they? Let's compare numbers. No, thank you. We moved here and then we did the BT business line, which was insanely fast, but BT was so difficult to work with. Just such a shit show to try and like set anything up with, that it's created a situation where we've been offered the option to put a BT business line in our new place. And we've been like, let's do literally everything we can to not need that. That's how bad it is. That's how terrible it is trying to work with them. So yeah, that's why we're like, okay, we'll put in a basic line, see if it works. If it does, see if we can put in 2. If that works, great. If for some reason it doesn't, we'll see if there are other options. You know, literally, what can we do that isn't working with BT again? Because they suck ass. They're so bad. Yeah, that's really similar to what my hometown did in Oregon. I've talked about this before, but the internet in my hometown, which is a rural town, is community owned. So they have fiber. My parents have fiber on a farm that's like, you know, a little over a half mile out from the main road. They're just like in the woods with internet that's better than ours half the time. Because the community owns it. So they can all look at each other and be like, we want faster internet. Great. Everybody gets faster internet. It's just done. You know, it's like... Why did we ever do anything other than community-owned internet? Not to conspiracy you, but... a lot of times big companies will do literally everything they can to keep that from happening. They will squash that as quickly as they can. They want monopolies in small towns so that everyone has to use them. So if a small town manages to get their shit together and be like, actually, we own ourselves, they hate that. So basically capitalism is bad. Yeah, it's that, you know. It's that old chestnut. I didn't think I'd have a stream where I said that old chestnut twice, but but here we are. You did say that twice. I know. That's what I mean. Maybe I'll have an opportunity to say it a third time. Who knows? Who knows, dude? I'm always running out of time. She's always running out of time. I'm always running out of time. Can't wait for cottagecore goblin dukes. Oh my god. Sam, so I was like, Sam, I'm gonna start planting a bunch of shit in front of our house. And he was like, why? And I said, because currently the whole front of the house is just grass and dead grass because the conifers are killing everything. So I'm just gonna start planting whatever I want in the front. And he was like, is it gonna look weird? I was like, maybe. I don't know. If you look up cottage gardens, that's what I want to do in front of our house, is a cottage garden, just like really densely packed, just, you know, pretty expanses of plants. I can tell Sam really doesn't want me to do it because he's worried it's going to look weird. But like, I am so against having lawn, having just grass, unless it's like somewhere that kids are going to play or dogs are going to play. No one's going to play out there. That's not the area for that, right? That's not the play area. No one's going in the front of the yard. So I'm putting plants there, you know? Like, Miana, how are you? Is it gonna look weird? Amazingly so. Is it gonna look weird? God, I hope so. Yeah, I don't want grass there. I don't want just grass there. And sure, if like Sam's really married to just like being plain out front, I guess we could replace it with clover or something, but like, it's so boring. It's just grass, and not even nice grass, you know? It's patchy, suffocated grass because of the conifers. Oh my gosh, I did not realize it was you that said that. You have the same color name as somebody else in chat, I think. And I was like, that's a different person. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think if I could generally figure out, because there's like a specific area around these trees. They have like an AoE, you know, like these trees, they do AoE damage in like a specific zone. If I can figure out exactly where that is, I could like take some cool stones and rocks and shit and sort of pretend like, yeah, this is on purpose. This like edge around these trees, you know? And put a little edge around there. It's on purpose. So, yeah, sure. And then everything past that, it's fair game. I'll do what I want with it, you know? Because everything next to the trees is dead. Well, I shouldn't say that. Everything next to the trees is rabbit warrens. And my father-in-law hates it. And I love it. Nancy and I are like, rabbits. We have rabbits. That's why Mabel found an entire rabbit carcass, right? Because there's rabbit warrens everywhere. There's holes all over the ground. We keep finding rabbit bodies, just whole ass rabbits. And Nancy and I are like, awesome. Like, sure, they're going to try to eat all of our plants. Sure. But like, this is fun, right? There's a bunch of holes in the ground. The kids love it. They're like, look, there's rabbits in there, you know? That's great. My dad hates them. He's like, what are we going to do about these rabbits? And we're like, we're going to just let them live their lives, Dad. This is weird and probably won't make it on a plane, but can I have a skeleton? If I find a most of them have been busted up. If I find a fully intact skeleton, rabbit skeleton, I will keep it for you. We don't need dogs. There are going to be 3 dogs that live on the property with my in-laws, and then pretty much everybody else in the family has a dog. So there are going to be dogs at our house all the time. We're not getting more dogs, no. Make that 2 skeletons. If I find 2 skeletons, I will keep them. To be fair, though, Nick, Miana gets first dibs. Miana gets the first skeleton. Especially because I think it will actually be for, like schooling knowledge. If you don't want them up close to the property but still in the garden, they don't like being close to lavender. Yes, we were talking about that because my mother-in-law is also team rabbit, but she's, you know, starting her garden already because they have so many plants at their old house that they're basically digging up. She was like, we sold this house and one of the things that we wrote down is has a beautiful garden. I'm going to basically take everything out of the garden with me. So I hope that's not petty. I was like, I don't think it's petty. They're your plants. So yeah, she's digging up all of her favorite plants that were in the garden and taking them to the new place and replanting them basically. And yeah, she was like, I'm just going to plant some lavender like amongst the beds and hopefully the rabbits will stay away. And my father-in-law was like, we need to make a perimeter. What if we just took lavender and we made like a line, like a perimeter of lavender around everything? And we were like, what happens if they just pop up in the middle of the perimeter, Dad? And they just take everything and go back down the hole. He was like, a lavender fortress. Yeah, he really wants to chase off these rabbits. Oh, goodness. Is he allergic to cute? No. My father-in-law is like... He is not affected at all by how cute an animal is. Not at all. Let me tell you a fucked up thing that he said the other day during Easter. No, it was the day before when we were making the raised beds. My mother-in-law was like, I keep seeing like big birds of prey around here and I'm really worried that they're gonna pick up one of the sausage dogs because they're huge and they totally could. She's like, I'm really worried about that. My father-in-law loves birds. It is like the type of animal that he has such a strong affinity with, right? So my father-in-law was like, I mean, if the bird works hard enough and takes the dog, he takes the dog. My mom was like, I'm sorry. It's like, look, what are you going to do? That bird deserves to eat. My mother-in-law was like, what the fuck? These are my dogs. So yeah, he will always root for birds. Always. Birds are the only animals that deserve respect as far as my father-in-law is concerned. Every other animal, like, he doesn't give a shit about them. They can be the most adorable thing in the world, and he'll feed them, he'll pet them, he'll help take care of them. If you need help taking care of the animal and you give him specific instructions, he will follow them to a T. But at the end of the day, if he needs to root for an animal, he will root for the bird. If it's a fight, he loves the chickens, right? The chickens are the only thing on the property right now that he's like, "Aw, the chickens." Everything else, he's like, "Nah, those sure are some cats, you know?" Not a bird, 0 out of 10. Yeah, basically. Does he birdwatch? He does. He knows the calls of like all of the birds in the area. He knows what all of the different types of birds look like. Yeah, he loves going on like little walks and like pointing out birds. It's very cute. Yeah. So I feel like, he's going to be living on this property as well. So it just makes sense that we get some more birds, I guess. Sam really wants to get some ducks because he thinks that it would make his mom happy to have ducks. So we're probably going to get ducks. Which means we have to build a little man-made pond, which I'm fine with. Ducks will destroy the grass. Yeah, that's fine. They'll have their area. The chickens are getting their coop. We'll have another something built for the other birds. I haven't had ducks before. My mother-in-law has, Sam has, and Nancy has. So there's going to be plenty of people around who have taken care of ducks and know what ducks are like and what to expect from ducks. So I'd cry ugly, happy tears if someone got me a duck. Aw. Yeah, there are plenty of weird animals that Sam has experience with because his mom and his sister just... Like, his sister has had so many ferrets. Oh my god. I did not realize how big the tortoises were. They're huge. Wait a second. Let me see if, oh my god, it's almost 4 already? Jesus. The day. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to show you a picture of the tortoises if the picture that was taken only shows the grass, because I think it does. No.
This is as much as I can show you without showing, like... Look how big he is! Look how big these tortoises are! They're huge. Nancy's building their pen right now, so she's bringing them over and letting them just eat, like, the red nettles and stuff, because it's, like, crack for them. They love it. But there's just these two gigantic tortoises just, like, walking around in the lawn. It's very fun. And then, yeah, the ferrets are going to be over here, too. But the ferrets already have a hutch, like, built. They already have, like, a whole fucking kingdom made for them. It just needs to get brought over. Yeah, she has 2 tortoises. Hold on, I'll zoom in again. I'm trying not to show you anything that isn't, like... Yeah, so there's the other one. That's the other one, and then if I scooch it over... That's... I don't remember their names, if I'm being totally honest. Clarky probably knows their names better than I do. But they're very cute. Look. They're just hanging out, dude. It's cute. It's fun. Okay, so the plan. Clarky will be home. Clarky will be here in a few minutes, and then I'll have to go. We're gonna try to do a shitty hotspot stream from the other house. Assuming that Hellions doesn't happen. It sounds like Hellions probably won't happen, but if it does, I'll be doing Hellions. If Hellions isn't happening, we'll try to do a shitty hotspot stream. Probably like Minesweeper or something. You know, just something easy. Just to test stuff out. Hellions no happen. Okay. Yeah, our DM wasn't feeling well. So hopefully they feel better. Yeah. So we'll do a little stream. I'll probably aim for 9 BST. Since that's our normal, like, evening stream time sort of thing. And we'll see if we can get something working. If we can, that would be good, since I only got to stream for a couple hours today. They can't talk good. We could do Dota. I'm not playing anything intensive. I'm hotspotting with my phone to stream. No. Hotspot stream, that old chestnut. Yeah. I've played Super Auto Pets. Actually, Clarky loves Super Auto Pets. She doesn't know what the fuck is going on in it, but she loves it. She knows how to combine animals. She wins sometimes and feels like a god. It's fun. Yeah, it's super cute. I got my nephew playing it at my father-in-law's birthday. He was like, "What games you got on your phone?" I was like, "Have you played Super Auto Pets?" He was like, "No." And, you know, he's old enough that he can, like, start to parse. He can read, first of all, so that helps. But he can start to parse, like, strategies and things. You got a game on your phone? Yeah. And Clarky kept asking to play, Cookie. What's the cookie game? What's the cookie game that I was obsessed with? I need to get back into that. I need to re-access my old account. Not Cookie Clicker, no. Cookie Run Kingdom, thank you. She loves playing Cookie Run Kingdom, so she's got her own kingdom, so she'll play that occasionally, but... Yeah, the Hot Santa game. What's a good clicker nowadays? I don't know. I don't play a lot of stuff on my phone, really. I would love to find another, like, fun... What sucks is a lot of games, and I get that this is just how game companies make money. A lot of games that I find really fun quickly become not fun. I love those games where it's like combine 3 of a thing to make a new thing, and you like keep combining stuff to make like bigger and bigger things. Those games very quickly turn into, oh my gosh, are you having trouble? Do you want to buy the bundle pack? And I'm like, no! No, I don't! No! And all I want to do is play more of the, like, combine more of the things and enjoy the dopamine of combining the things. And it's like, oh my gosh, do you miss the dopamine? You can have dopamine again for the low, low price of $4.99. I go, no! Yeah, get you addicted and then slam a paywall in front of you. For real. That was one of the reasons that like I went so hard on Cookie Run Kingdom and keep thinking to myself, I should get back into that. That game gives you shit all the time. All the time. Every day they're like, would you like some free shit? If you're in like, I can't remember what the guilds are called in that game, but if you're in like a group, everybody's just sending each other shit all the time. You get free stuff every day, all the time from that game. So if you're like a casual player, I pretty much never hit a point where I was like, fuck, I need to buy stuff, you know? I'm gonna use this voice in my mind for those games. Yeah, next time you're playing one of those games and you feel like it's being really predatory, be like, no! Just hear my voice in your mind. I'll struggle on this level 100 times if I have to. Yeah. After 73 months, I've run out of ideas for resub messages. Thank you, John. I hope you're good. We have played There Is No Game. Yeah, we played the whole thing. Yup. Yup. Oh, I'm very excited. I am really excited to like set up an actual like permanent office situation. To do some of like that crafting and stuff on stream. I think all of that is going to be really fun. Did you end up guesting on Sam's stream at all? I was on there this morning. I came by and brought them food last night, and then this morning I brought food again and told Dave to take a load off for like a half an hour. You'll get free rain on the walls. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be great. Stage 1 is learning how to use the wallpaper steamer to get the wallpaper off the walls in that room that I want Clarky to be in. So, I miss the bookcase background. Me too! I really, really do. Yeah, the bookcase is at the new house. So That's what Sam said. Yeah, Sam said that one of the nights at least you guys watched all of the Until Dawn stream, which is really fun. We should draw stream. Yes! Jaws has been asking to do a drawing stream. It would be super fun. I would love to just do like a chill art stream like Spatula does, where it's literally like, I'm in this Discord channel, like voice channel, join if you want to, sort of a thing, you know, we're just gonna be drawing. If you want to hop on, you know, like, the voice channel will be obvious that it's a streaming channel. If you hop in, you're on stream, but if you want to just hang out and do art, let's just do it, you know? Until Dawn being 8 years old was major psychic damage. 8 years! Ah! Yeah. That's weird. Yeah, I feel like a lot of artists that stream do that sort of a thing. Where it's just like, you know, whoever wants to join and hang out can. We're just drawing, you know? Crumbles it, yeah, just... Yeah. Yikes. Yeah, that was the other thing I was thinking about doing, is taking the drawing tablet to the new place. Because potentially it would be pretty low impact to stream drawing stuff. It would just be setting up the laptop. But again, I'm still waiting on the... It was supposed to be here like a week ago, so that's a bit concerning. But I'm still waiting on the laptop that we're doing for the RTX stuff. Once that shows up, like, that's my laptop, right? So I can do whatever I want with that. I'm still kind of hesitant to just put shit on Sam's laptop, even though he's said, like, I can do whatever I want with it. Since there's a laptop that is intended to be mine that is technically, like, in the mail. I'm kind of like, I'll just wait, and then I can set up the drawing tablet on there, you know, all of that. Anywho, let's start wrapping up, shall we? Let's see. Okay, I've opened up Raid Leader, if anybody would like to grab that. If a draw stream turned into a slideshow, we can see progress happen in spurts. That's true. It's, you know, no lips. Lips! Alrighty. Yeah, it was only a 2-hour stream. That's okay. Do what we can. Pineapple Mage, thank you for the 64 months. Alara Tenny for the 79. You're Gonna Smile for the 18. Nadriachi for the 81. Line for the 67. Adam for the 35. Last Firefight for the 26. Sea Person for the 3. Swalsugmas. Thank you for the 9. Happy Twitch baby. Jack Moose for the 23. Hasmo Bean for the 29. Infinity Spear for the 40. Kelly for the 29. Nicodemus for the 62. Killer Wombat for the 8. Kiona for the 4. Jesse Bean for the 5. Zerebus for the 26. Krendall for the 107. Almost 9 years. One more month. Goodness gracious. Zephyrus for the 81. Jolly Chloe for the 14. Arcafor for subscribing. Again, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much. Amarian and Avi, thank you for gifting subs. Kalira for the 68. Zeraniva for the 49. Unnamed Trans Girl for the 32. Odev for the 74. Chesternal for the 3. Foxpaws for the 6. Dr. John for the 73. Kai Kendo for the 29. And Kekal for the 8. Thank you, guys. Star Fox Trinity. What just happened here? Dude's just working out on stream. Stream was exactly how long I needed. Fantastic. Okay, we're gonna raid Star Fox Trinity. Obviously, Sam is still doing his subathon, so if you would like to go and support him, he's gonna be streaming forever. I don't know. But we'll give you options. You can go watch Star Fox. You can go watch Sam. Thank you all very much. I'm gonna try to stream tonight. If for some reason something goes wrong with that, I really hope it doesn't. But if for some reason something goes wrong, I'll let you guys know. And otherwise, take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye, everybody.
Welcome, you